Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Children's Story Time. This week's edition of Children's Story Time is for Reign of Christ or Christ the King Sunday. We'll be taking a look at the gospel lesson, Luke chapter 23, verses 33 to 43, and it's for Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. And so what I'm going to ask you is a series of questions, and I'm going to write down those answers on the whiteboard this week. So here's your first question. What is something often found at a picnic? What's something that you find at a picnic? Go ahead, throw out your answers. What do you find at a picnic? Picnic basket, tablecloth. What else? Plates, sandwiches, drinks. What else? Can you think of anything else? Something found at a picnic. What do you think? Picnic table. What else? Anything else? Anything else that you can think of? Guess what? None of these answers are correct. The correct answer that I'm looking for, let me give you a hint. They like to crawl on the food. Ants. That's the answer I was looking for, but we erased all of the wrong answers. Okay, here's your next question. This is something that you find at a movie theater. This is something that you find at a movie theater. Okay, movies, seats. What else? Popcorn, soda, candy. What else, sir? What else do you find at a movie theater? Previews. What else are you thinking of? Guess what? None of these are the right answer either. Something you find at a movie theater, and here's your hint. You use it to get in. If you said a ticket, that is the correct answer, but all of those other answers were incorrect. All right, here we go. Last one. I'm thinking of something that you use at school. Pencil, right? Books, right? What else do you use at school? Desk. Yeah, what else do you use at school, huh? Paper. Yeah, anything else that you use at school? Here's your hint for the answer I'm looking for. You can write on it. A chalkboard or a whiteboard. You are correct, but these answers were incorrect, and so we're going to erase them. I made these questions hard on purpose, and we erased the wrong answers, just like God erases our mistakes. In our lesson, Jesus is being laughed at. He's in excruciating pain, and still he says, God, forgive them. Our lesson reminds us of God's wonderful gift of forgiveness. All of our mistakes are wiped away. God offers us the gift of forgiveness. All of our mistakes are wiped away. And Jesus teaches us to be thankful for that gift of forgiveness and to share that gift of forgiveness by forgiving others in the same way that God has forgiven us. Thank you so very much for joining me this morning. Please join me each and every week for another edition of Children's Storytime. If you haven't done so already, please like, follow, subscribe, not only this YouTube channel, but also our New Covenant UCC Williamsport Facebook page. Hope you'll join me again each and every week for another edition of Children's Storytime. And if you have a game that you'd like me to incorporate into a Children's Storytime, please shoot me a chat or a message and let me know, and I'll try to work that game into children's story time sometime. Till we meet again. See ya. Bye bye.